Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Dagmara. I wanted to first apologize for the long span of time without any videos. I have been really contemplating what kind of videos I should start producing, what kind of videos I should create more of. As we're adding new subscribers, if we're adding new friends into our circle, I just wanted to see what kind of direction I want to take with this channel. I have been sharing a lot of videos that kind of speak to me about how to make your home comfortable, how to make your home beautiful, live your best, most elegant life, how to kind of have that softer vibes at home. And so I definitely want to continue talking about this, talking about that direction. But one of my big loves are candles, and this is a little bit how I started about sharing what kind of candles I love, tips on burning the best candles. So in today's video, I wanted to share some of the candles that I have been burning on a regular basis, especially during winter months. I think candles create a beautiful warm ambience, but also burning certain candles brings back fond memories of people, places, and it can transplant us into different locations, especially in the winter time. I like to think of warm places, and so that's where I will begin, or what candles I will start with. They're actually on the lower price spectrum of all of the other candles. So the candle I'd like to talk about is this LAFCO candle, LAFCO. You can get that on their website, but also Blue Mercury if you enjoy Blue Mercury and are a premium member there. But this is the Colony Palm Beach candle. I love this gorgeous jar. This is still 1 wick candle, so I think they also have a 3 wick, obviously much larger, but I love this scent. This really reminds me of Palm Beach. I love Palm Beach. I love shopping there. I just go, I love walking around along Wharf Avenue. I love the clock tower and spending time on the beach. I just like this whole vibe. It's very laid back, it's quiet, it almost has like a small town feel. It's very walkable, it's very dog friendly. So if you bring your pet with you to any of the stores, they don't get iffy. Obviously you have to be respectful of the spaces that you visit, but it's if you enjoy shopping, if you love fashion, if you enjoy high-end shopping, Wharf Avenue is the place to be. I love the Chanel store there. It's one of my favorite Chanel stores to shop at. Anyway, back to this candle. So this candle very much reminds me of Palm Beach. It has coconut scent, it has passion fruit, pineapple, but it's very understated. So a lot of times when you have these kind of beachy scents, they very much remind me of tanning lotions that you bring to the beach. This is not so much in your face. It has the perfect balance of all the 3 scents. It's a little citrus, a little sweetness. It's just a gorgeous candle. If you want to kind of mute that down a little bit, I like burning this with this candle. This is amber, so I like burning them together. Again, both of the jars are very pretty. I can envision myself keeping the larger one for like a vase. So I think it's a cute, the jars are very presentable. And of course, depending on the scent that you pick, the jars are in different colors. And so you can pick whatever best fits your decor as well, if you're planning on keeping them around, or if you just want to make sure that they fit your decor. But adds a nice little elegant, simplistic touch to your decor, and it smells amazing, very warm. The next two candles that I have that I always burn together, I really love burning them together, are two diptique candles. And this one is the rose. I love burning this by itself. I just love the feminine rose scent, and it smells just gorgeous. It smells so if you don't like flowers, you will not like this candle. It definitely smells like roses. It definitely smells like a rose garden. It's a gorgeous smell. I like burning this in my office when I'm at work to kind of remind me to balance my feminine and masculine energy. So I always try to surround myself with scents that kind of balance this. The other one that I like burning with this, especially if I'm burning this in the living room, is this oud candle, and this truly smells like oud. This to me gives it a little bit more of a masculine balance, so these two don't overpower. They play very well together, so it's this perfect yin yang kind of connection. They just smell great together. I love the rose. This is my absolute favorite diptique candle outside of the Saint Germain 34. And yeah, I can definitely recommend this combination. Again, this is a very rich oud, so you're not gonna, it's like oud and leather a little bit in here. I find that a diptique is just not that great on their website with described an olfactory combination, but to me it's very much, you know, rose and then oud with a little touch of leather, which is gorgeous. All right, then price up. You know, I love trudon candles. Trudon candles to me are the classic, are the best in class candles. Their scent is just, you burn the candle, regardless of the size of the room, you can smell it coming in, it lingers in the air. Is very pleasant, you know, obviously depending on your preferences, but you can truly create signature scents. And they have anything from scented to unscented candles. I am the loyalty members. They have a very nice loyalty program where every time you purchase, they add points, and then you can select some kind of price at, you know, some kind of reward. Depending on the number of points that you have, you can get a candle, you can get a diffuser. So the more points you accumulate, the bigger is the price. But you can also purchase these at other locations that are not directly through the store. But again, because of the loyalty, I like purchasing my products directly on their website. So the candle that I've been burning just today is this Ernesto candle. So this is supposed to remind of the Cuban Revolution, but Ernesto smells like cigars, it smells like leather, so it's a very masculine scent. But I like this, and obviously for the men in our lives, sometimes we have to burn a little bit more, less frilly scents. But this one is a very nice kind of rich candle. This reminds me very much of like a laid back lounge. If you go to a cigar shop and you pick any cigars, you know, like the scent of the tobacco leaves. So this kind of reminds me of a very affluent, rich man. This is kind of like the smell of money to me. I really like this candle. And obviously trudon candles, very long lasting, they burn evenly. I mean, to me, so I shared this I think before, but in order to stop this tunneling of candles, so where the wax creates kind of the circle so it doesn't burn evenly all around, What you have to do is your first burn is probably the most important one because it continues to burn the candle evenly. The wax burns all the way around. So that, depending on the size of the candle, it can take an hour plus. So for this, usually I burn these candles 2 hours at the start just to make sure that I have an even surface as it burns down. The next thing you need to do is always cut your wick. So the longer the wick, it starts creates smoke, and also obviously the longer you burn, the more smoke you're going to have. So limit, depending again on the size of the candle, but limit the burn to 2 to 3 hours depending on the size, just to prevent the smoke to start coming up. But yeah, trim your wick. Sometimes, especially in the summer months, I like to put my candle in the freezer for a while to help with that more even burn. I find that putting the candle in the freezer, wax hardens, and it helps the candle to be a little bit more even. The other candle that I absolutely love is this Giambattista Vitale candle. This is also a rose candle. So you guys know I love a rose, and I love a good combination of rose and ouds and leathers. I just find that this combination is just the juxtaposition of different family of scents that. All right, so this gorgeous Giambattista candle, this is the, and I'm pulling this up on their website because the sticker in the back of the candle just says Giambattista Vitale. But this one is Rosé Poivre powder. And so you have musk and sandalwood. I love sandalwood. It has, in the hard notes, you have amber, palmarosa, and rose. And then the head notes is mandarin, lily of the valley, and Madagascar pepper. So it's I just love that it's such a complex scent. And yet, to me, the rose is very prevalent. It's very luxurious and rich. And I don't know, I could bathe in this. This is just such an amazing, complex, rich scent. And I find that this is perfect in the summertime, maybe in the evening when you have a glass of wine or champagne, very celebratory. I just like this scent for summer nights. Obviously, leather and tobacco anytime throughout the year. Then my last candle that I always burn, this is a candle that I always have on hand because this is my absolute favorite candle by Sir Trudon, and it's the Abdelkader, and this is the mint candle. This is the best that I can describe it. Mint tea candle. It's a very heady candle with kind of refreshing scent. It's like liberation, it's refreshing, it's rejuvenating. It's fantastic for any space, fantastic for any time of the year. For me, this is like a summer in a jar, because when the weather is dark and gloomy, I burn this and I just feel revived and re-energized. So I really love this candle. There's a little bit vanilla in here. I am not typically a fan of strong, predominantly vanilla scents, but this plays very well with all of these other scents or all of these other olfactory experiences that you have in there, so the vanilla doesn't overwhelm. Then the final candle that I have here is the buly candle, and this is the GRWM. So this one is in the most luxurious, beautiful marble jar, and these come in two colors. You can either get it in like a white, or you can get this in this black green marble and it's substantial, and you probably, I always think, I was like, what should I do with this jar once I'm finished? It has obviously this gorgeous cloche, but it's very delicate cloche. But you know, obviously cloche is perfect when you burn the candle. Instead of blowing it out, you put the cloche on top, and that kind of simmers the flame, and all of the smoke is contained within the cloche, or within that container, so you don't have that smoky kind of environment. But this candle is also rose, but the very first kind of note that hits you is rosemary. This is, I would say, like an evening in the Provence. Because of the rosemary, it's like a very relaxing evening, late afternoon. You can hear the cicadas in the background. It just sets the mood, but I really enjoy this. It just reminds me, I don't know if you guys ever been in like a garden that was set up to mimic like a Provence garden, but you have those ceramic pots with the big rosemary plants, all of the greenery, and it's just relaxing, and you just want to sit there and take your time, not go anywhere, put your feet up, and you know, just have a little baguette with some cheese and call it a day. And so this kind of reminds me of those late summer afternoons. Again, I tend to enjoy summer, so everything for me has a little bit of summer association. But because of the rosemary, you can think of, you know, fall, late fall days. But this is another candle, kind of like the trudon candles, where you can burn it in a larger room and it disseminates the smell throughout the entire place. So I am going to put all of these in the righteous places where I grabbed them from before. I light my candle, set myself a cup of tea, and just look forward to beautiful summer days. I hope you enjoyed my little walkthrough with all of my current candle selection. Let me know in the comments if I am burning any of your favorites, or let me know in the comments what are some of your favorites that you are currently burning. And I'll see you in my next video. Make sure that you like this video if you enjoy this type of content, and subscribe for more. Thanks, bye.